The People's Court today at 4:30.
I don't know what you're doing here, but I'd appreciate it if you'd leave right now.
Hey, what is this? Your friend gave me $50 to act like your boyfriend. I'm here to give you your money's worth.
You're just supposed to say that you're my boyfriend in case anyone asks you. That's what you were paid for.
I got to thinking about it, and it seemed to me it wasn't enough. I like to earn my money. Sit down. Seems to me you could live in a fancier place.
What?
Your friend told me the truth about how your family is loaded, only you want to show him you can make it on your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She said you didn't like to admit it. Said you didn't like people knowing about you having money. That's real nice. I dig that.
Look, would you please get out of here? I have a friend here, a sick friend who's staying with me.
Oh, she came to the right place, didn't she? You being a nurse and all. Why don't you nurse me a little bit, baby? I'm not feeling too good. Why don't you take me aside and put me to bed?
No, please. You better go before my friend wakes up.
Hey, you got nothing to worry about. I'll keep your secret. It's just between you and me.
I don't have any secrets, and I don't have any rich family either. So please, just let me go.
Hey, don't do that. I'm just here to make you happy. I want to make you feel good.
No, please.
I'm not going to hurt you. I said don't do that. I said don't do that.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Duncan Hines Cookie Mix, for cookies with a warm and delicious taste of homemade, and by All Vegetable Crisco. Crisco makes pie crust flaky.
Holiday time is real special to me. It always reminds me of when Lou and I first started out.
Oh, Mom.
We sure had a lot of love back then.
That's about all we had.
Well, honey, we always had good things to eat on holidays.
Well, that's true.
'Cause I get out my Crisco and I do some special baking. I love trying out new recipes. And every year, I find all kinds of new things to bake with all vegetable Crisco. Looky here, cranberry cherry pie. And talk about a flaky crust. Even my girls are finding great new Crisco recipes. Patsy made these chocolate bonbons, and Peggy made this wreath cake. And Loretta made these raspberry snowbars.
My good.
Honey, quit talking with your mouth full. There's a lot of great tasting holiday treats you and Crisco can make. There's two things that always makes a holiday special, and that's great tasting food and being with the ones you love. Right, girls?
Look for Loretta's Crisco recipes in your favorite woman's magazine.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Imagine all the chewy, gooey cookies you can bake with new 6 dozen size Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey, we love chewy, gooey cookies made with homemade tasting Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Now Duncan Hines Chocolate Chip Cookie Mix comes in a 6 dozen size too for twice as many chewy, gooey cookies.
Oh, we love to mix them, love to bake them, love to eat them. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
New 6 dozen size Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good.
You know what I want, Raven? I want you.
No, let go of me. I told you I don't want to get involved in this whole thing. Just let me go.
But I have something that you want. I have the phone. Wouldn't you like that? And what if I gave it to you? What would you do with it? Tell me.
Tell him, Raven.
Sky!
Tell him that you would use it to save my life.
I told you it's no use. He's not going to give me that phone book.
Maybe I would. for a price.
What?
They say every man has his price. And I'm no different from every other.
No, Skylar, what should I do? Skylar, help me, please! Help me!
Sorry, Raven, there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing you can do.
But you love me. You said you love me.
Nothing I can do.
Sky! Skylar, please help me!
It's just the two of us now, Raven. Just we two.
No, Sky! Sky, please help me! Oh, God, what a dream. And it was real.
Well, here's one thing that's changed since the days of our boyhood rap sessions. We're now drinking 100-year-old brandy. There you are.
And it was usually milk or apple cider. Although I do recall us stealing a bottle of wine from my father's wine cellar.
Ah, yes.
We drank the whole thing, remember?
As we did, and then we were sick as dogs the next day and wouldn't admit it to anyone.
And a maid named Clarissa was blamed for it. A funny, freckle-faced, buck-toothed wench. She was fired, if I remember correctly. Although I don't think I felt any remorse.
Yes, that is one thing that I never remember you being was sorry for anything.
I was sorry I drank all that wine.
Well,
And you remember those all-night talk sessions we used to have? We thought we knew everything.
oh, yeah. Life was so clear at age 15.
But we didn't always agree. In fact, there was one subject in which we unfailingly concurred. Women.
Yes. That's one area where our tastes were virtually identical.
Do you remember the crush we had on that Latin teacher?
Oh, Miss Olmsted.
And little Veronica Amesworth?
If I recall correctly, there was nothing about Veronica that was little at all.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And what about the girl in the sweet shop? Oh, I don't remember her name. But those violet eyes staring across the counter. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
And what about the present, Ian?
Ah, yes. I was coming to the present. We may have changed a lot since then, Sky, but in one respect, I don't think we've changed at all.
Good Lord, don't tell me you still have a crush on Miss Olmsted, our Latin teacher.
No. I'm talking about a certain woman.
You don't mean Raven, certainly.
I mean Raven, definitely.
Good Lord, do you think? I don't know wherever you could have gotten that idea from.
My eyes, my ears. Certain perceptions I've developed during a life of... well, never mind. But I've seen you two together. And when people are attracted to each other, they give off certain signals, like insects, or birds, or whatever creatures do when they're in the mating process.
The mating process? Well, I don't know if that's what your eyes and ears have told you, then. Well.
Are you saying I'm mistaken?
Well, no, not entirely.
What do you mean by not entirely?
Well, it's true that I did have certain feelings for Raven, but not in the way that you think. They weren't quite that healthy.
Oh.
Had to do with Jeff Brown.
Aha. The famous imposter.
He had everything that I possessed. This house, the cars out in the garage, the money that's in my bank accounts. Even this very old brandy was once in his wine cellar.
That must have been hard to accept once you learned the truth.
Yes, and by the time I learned the truth, I wasn't in much of a position to have revenge. He was already dead.
But his widow was still alive.
Yes. His widow was alive, and I thought it might be interesting to try to get my revenge by having the one thing that truly belonged to him.
And did you ever satisfy your quest for revenge?
Unfortunately, no.
Why not?
Raven is too clever a fly to be caught by that kind of spider. I mean, despite the fact that she's an outrageous flirt, she can be rather particular about her favors. Perhaps you've had the opportunity to discover that yourself.
If you're asking if I've slept with Raven, the answer is no.
I wasn't asking.
The truth is, Skylar, I'd begun to think that my lack of progress with Raven was because of you.
Because of me, really?
I was beginning to think that she was using me as a foil, as a device to make you jealous. What do you think of that?
I think it's utter nonsense. There may have been a time when Raven would have done almost anything to get back what she had had, her fancy clothes, the jewels that had belonged to her, but what she was interested in was recouping her losses, not falling in love. I'm sure you can understand that.
But what are your real feelings, Sky? She's a very attractive woman. She's the only woman I've ever met whose faults make her even more desirable.
Well, I'm afraid I am not that perverse. In fact, I feel as if I shouldn't say anything about it. I've not told anyone. As a matter of fact, I haven't even told the lady involved.
Come on. Out with it. It's old boy's night, remember?
I think that I may be in love. I don't know why I thought I was so invulnerable.
Well, when did all this happen?
Recently, you see, she had been involved with someone else, and he left town. She discovered that her heart was not broken. And so I think that I'm finally falling in love.
How long has it been since your mom's fixed Jell-O pudding for you?
A long time ago.
How long?
A long, long time
But
ago.
she knows it's good for you, right? And she knows that you love it, right? Well, maybe she forgot. Maybe I should remind her. Mom, you know how the kids love Jell-O pudding, and you know it's made with fresh milk, so it's wholesome. And you haven't made Jell-O pudding for them since
Last night.
last what? Kids love Jell-O brand pudding. Remember.
General Foods International Coffees introduces a new temptation.
David.
New Cafe Amaretto, the enticing coffee with the delicate almond flavor of amaretto.
Think of it, David. Coffee kissed with the romantic flavor of amaretto.
Cafe Amaretto. Share it with someone special.
David.
Celebrate the moments of your life.
With new Cafe Amaretto from General Foods International Coffees.
Yes?
It's Jody, isn't it?
Oh, Jody, yes, come in. Where have you been? I've been so worried about you.
Don't worry, I just told you I wanted to go out for a little while to see Gavin.
See, Gavin. Your nose just grew 6 inches. I spoke with Gavin. I know that's not what you were doing.
That dirty rat. He didn't even cover for me.
You were out looking for Miles, weren't you?
I just thought it wouldn't hurt to take a walk through some neighborhood restaurants.
Bars. Say what you mean, bars.
All right, bars. Only I didn't have any luck. You know, no one even tried to pick me up.
Oh, Jody, that was stupid. Come on, don't do that again.
Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I don't think we're ever going to have to go through a night like this again.
I can't go through another night like this. And it's not even over yet.
There hasn't been any word.
No. Oh, yes. Yes, I did get a call.
Oh, there has.
From Nora Fulton.
Nora? What did she want?
She knows that Miles isn't here.
But how?
I don't know. She's probably watching from across the
All right,
street.
what did she say?
She said that she knows where he is. She gave me a telephone number to call.
You didn't call.
Yes, I did call. I couldn't help it. I was just so curious, so I called the number and Barbara answered.
Barbara? That figures.
It's her little partner in crime. It is so obvious. It is all a setup.
All right. What did Barbara say when you talked to her?
Nothing. She just stuttered. She was obviously so scared.
Okay, well, then this is just pure malice. They're both malicious. None of this could be true.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Kavanaugh. Still awake, I see.
If you don't stop calling me, I'm going to have you arrested.
Just wanted to see that everything's all right. You managed to get your husband back.
I'd like to know one thing. How are you able to drag Barbara down to your level?
So you did call her. And you do know he's there because he is, you know. I saw him myself. He looked real comfortable in her bed. Go see for yourself.
How far does a mom have to go to get wedding kids clean?
All the way to Thai country.
Dressing for a wedding day.
But don't expect they'll stay that way.
There's an usher sitting on her supper.
Sauce babies, bib and tucker.
Extraction wedding kids need extraction time.
Just look at this wedding scene.
I ask you, will they ever get
clean?
Go ahead and drop them.
Splash them.
Mash them. Claim your spot.
Tide gets it clean. Tide's America's favorite. From sauce to punch, Tide'll tough clean it. You've just seen it. Now here's your future grooms and brides.
Same clothes, same kids. Now Sunday clean with Tide.
Claim your spot. Tide gets it clean.
Would you believe I'm 25? Same here.
One of these skaters isn't 25. Dwan Smith is 37 with a family of 3. They both look so young. But do their hands look young? They do.
I've always taken care of myself, especially my hands. When these hands do dishes, it's with Ivory liquid. The name Ivory has always meant mildness to me, so I know it'll be gentle. The rich suds help my hands stay young-looking dish after dish.
Have you guessed yet? Who's 37?
I'm Dwan.
You don't look 37.
Oh, thanks. I think the skating helps.
What helps your hands look so young?
Oh, that would be my Ivory liquid. You know, you can't beat it for mildness. I'll race you, kid.
Mild Ivory liquid helps hands look young.
Hey, Harry. How's business?
Okay, Detective. Not too bad. No fights yet.
Oh, great. Sounds better than usual. Harry, I wonder if you wouldn't mind putting this picture in with your gallery of rogues. This guy's name is Vance Partridge. He's wanted on about 6 counts of rape and criminal assault. He likes to hang around in places like this.
Not a face I know.
Well, would you keep it just in case?
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Well, that isn't Miss Nora Fulton. I didn't know you were into the single scene.
I thought I'd have a quiet drink alone. What are you doing here, looking for company?
As a matter of fact, I'm looking for somebody I'm sure you would not like to be familiar with, as you seem to be such a prime target for sexual assault these days.
That's supposed to be funny.
No, not at all. Sorry to bring up such a disturbing topic on your night off.
Not my night off. I don't work at the Whitney House anymore.
Oh, yeah? When did this happen?
Today, I decided to quit. I didn't like the way my boss was treating me.
Oh, was he making passes at you also?
I overheard a few things. Things that might interest the police a great deal.
Really? Well, I am the police, and I'm very interested. Why don't you just tell me all about it?
Why not just do that one day? I might give the whole world an earful of that Sky Whitney and his shady business deals.
Nora, I thought you were a housekeeper. How is it that you have access to so much information about Skylar Whitney's business deals?
I still learning my job, office.
I'll bet you do. You better be very careful, lady. You're going to get yourself into big trouble.
I'm in big trouble already, and he threatened me today. I said, I know where a few bodies are buried. He said, people that know that kind of information get buried themselves. Listen, if that isn't a threat, I don't know what is.
Hey, Nora, don't let your imagination carry you away too far, okay? Better take off. Happy hunting.
Hey, preacher, I thought you were gone for the night.
I thought I'd take just one more look around, but it looks pretty dead.
Hey, what's the matter, Dan?
Nothing.
Well, it looks like you're... What's the matter with you?
I said it was nothing but Father and me.
I really don't understand you, Sky. Why should you, of all people, hesitate when it comes to this young woman? It's not as if you're a blushing schoolboy.
There are reasons.
Well, I'm damned if I can think of any. You're probably the most eligible bachelor in this country. I might even throw in the United Kingdom as well. You're single, filthy rich, possibly good looking.
Well, as I say, the young lady had been involved with someone else, and I didn't like the idea of her flinging herself into my arms on a rebound.
Oh, my, we are sensitive tonight.
Well, I just didn't think it was much of a basis for a romance.
A matter of pride, no doubt.
Yes, I have my pride, and I admit it. I don't see why you should be afraid to.
The trouble with pride is it doesn't really work when it comes to women.
Yes, you're quite possibly right. Oh, well, we sure did a number on this.
A dead soldier deserves to be buried with honors.
Well, I do believe that I have got another bottle or two down in the cellar.
But maybe I should go, Scott.
Don't be silly. It can't be late. Can't be more than 1 or 2. Stay where you are. I'll just be back in a couple moments.
Okay.
Oh, Skylar. How can you do this to me? How can you send me into the arms of another man? And there won't be an easy way to do this. We'll have to be lovers before Ian will tell me his secrets. Oh, God, what should I do? If I don't do what they say, Sky might go to prison, and if I do, I've just got to talk to him again. I just have to.
Hello?
Don't be mad at me. I know you told me not to call, but I had to.
Raven?
Just don't be unreasonable. I just want to talk now. There's nothing wrong with just talking, right?
No, nothing at all. In fact, this is a very pleasant surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting new Jell-O pudding pops. New Jell-O pudding pops.
Cosby, what you got?
New Jell-O pudding pops. Frozen pudding on a stick.
Great.
Taste splendiferous. And Mom won't give you that long, worried mama face like she does with some snacks because she knows this is made with real pudding. Oh.
New Jell-O brand pudding pops. All the goodness of real Jell-O pudding made with milk, so you know it's wholesome.
Taste splendiferous.
And no worried mama face.
Patty cake, baker's man. Baking's easier when you start with
Pam.
It's time for Cooking with Pam.
Bake with no-stick Pam, and you don't need to grease and flour. Cake won't stick. Cookies slide off. And since low-calorie Pam adds no flour, you can roast, fry, even broil. No-stick Pam takes the cake and does a whole lot more.
Start with Pam. Your recipes turn out right.
On Ryan's Home.
Amanda's my sister.
Tell no one anything for now. Give me some time.
Get it, Daddy. You got 22 years.
Ryan's Home.
What's she staring at?
What the hell are you staring at anyway?
Me?
I don't like people staring at me. I don't like it at all, so you can cut it out.
I was just thinking about our little business deal, that's all.
Oh, you mean the deal with your friend? We can forget about it. Because it's over.
Well, wait a minute. I paid you cash.
$50 just buys you one night, honey. The job is over, and I'm not interested in your friend or in you, so you can get out of my face. Sorry, put that on my account. On the account, I ain't got no money.
You never do, you bum.
Barbara? Barbara? Oh. Barbara.
What do you want to call your new cookies, Mr. Keebler? Chips what?
Well, let's see. The chips are big.
Chips big.
Wait, they're soft, too.
Chips soft?
Our chocolatey chips are so big and soft, they practically melt in your mouth. We put them in cookies made with real eggs and brown sugar. So we need a name that's special.
Call them Chips Deluxe.
Chips Deluxe.
That's special, or my name isn't Cecil B. Deluxe.
New Chips Deluxe with big, soft, chocolatey chips.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware of all the games people play?
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, in the middle of Christmas and a painful recession, why are Americans spending a record $3 billion at the movies? Economics editor Dan Kortz asks, which movie will be next year's E.T.? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Sergio Valente black denim jeans. They're more than beautiful. They're out of sight.
I'm Roseanne Scamardella. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, threats are issued to the makers of Dristan tablets. We'll have a full report and this.
What are we going to call it? Recession rock? Whatever we call it, the economic hard times are affecting today's music. I'm Mark Haynes. I'll have that story.
Also, the uproar over the controversial plan to fingerprint New Jersey school children, and gourmet Bert Wolf tells us about a fancy way to fix eggs.
For the new year. In 1983, you'll never see the word sale at Simms. An educated consumer is our best customer.
What makes a woman interesting is that inside, she's many women. To know her is to never stop discovering her. It is what makes all women beautiful. I feel the same about perfume. If it is exquisitely made, you never stop discovering it. It is constantly exciting to wear.
Like the woman who inspired it, Sophia by Coty. Always magnificent, never the same.
Sunday, James Bond dives into action at a special time in Thunderball.
Inside that little Hershey's Kiss is the big, big taste of chocolate.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
chocolate we all love.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
Is the big, big taste of chocolate.
Hershey's Kisses, that little mouthful of chocolate everybody loves, wrapped in all the colors of Christmas.
Inside this little Hershey's Kiss
Is the chocolate we all love.
Mom and Dad, could this be your little girl?
Imagine your Barbie girl celebrating Christmas, dreams come true.
Mama, a Barbie dream house. Big.
6 rooms.
And furniture that really works. Merry Christmas, Ken.
I think she likes it.
Take it from a grown-up Barbie fan. She'll play with it for years.
A Barbie dream house. Merry Christmas wishes to your family from ours.